This might sound silly, but when I see a character, at that young age, when I see a character in the movie, I imagine myself as the character. And
was part of that a desire to escape the life you were leading, or no?
To me, to see and explore. The bridge lifts up and I drive with a crazy speed and I jump from one bridge end to the another. I'm saying this because that's the fun thing to me.
Since we're time travelers, would you please place this in time? Are we around 2018 or where are we?
No, 2003. 2003.
After many months rolling into years, my good friend Arcot finally gave me enough persuasive reasons to participate in YouTube and hopefully provide you with some entertainment, education.
Okay, Mushika.
And, well, that's our little Shiba Inu wanting to be the center of the world with her new toy. We're going to begin by speaking about time.
Catch.
A subject that...
Okay, I was distracted. Yeah, I was distracted with Mushika.
There you go.
I've known you for past 3.5 years, and it was quite amazing journey with you, working on clocks with you, and the experience you share. And restoring antiques, like that was one of the best experience in my life, restoring old things. I can say that, old things. Can I say that?
Well, if I hang around much longer, I'll be among the very old things. I think you mentioned the tender age of 33. Of course, when you get to 33, that doesn't seem young at all, but when you get to 72, well then.
Yeah.
A little pause for Grandfather Clock to introduce himself. Takes me all the way back to Captain Kangaroo in black and white. And I believe that children's TV show featured a Grandfather Clock. Oh, there we go again. So we're going to be speaking in this first YouTube quite a bit about time, and it consumes all of our lives. Of late, it seems people are more busy than ever. The term multitasking didn't even exist during my formative years, and I find myself increasingly committed to just that, multitasking. I'm going to try to stay focused on communication and share with you some little snippets of my life experience and time travel. And as you can see from a couple of the props here, one of the oldest of timekeepers was the sand glass. I suppose we could call that mechanical because there are moving parts, sand dropping from the upper vial into the lower one, hopefully with some manner of control. My journey through time has been anything but linear and certainly not digital. But we have come to the digital age. I didn't do so with the heels dragging in the sand, and hopefully I can bring together in these visits with you a perspective that goes back to mid-century modern, because indeed that's when I was born, right smack in the middle of the last century in 1952. So I'm going to ask that Arcot be the guide, and take us through this journey. He'll cleverly splice in some still images of Doug at 3 and at 30, and some places in between. But I'm pleased to be able to share with you these experiences, and also a little bit about my journey as a restorer. Because of all the things that I have multitasked at, restoring brings me the greatest satisfaction. Yes, revenue, but far more compelling to put objects of particular merit, to take them back to their former appearance and glory, and to put them out principally via eBay for others to appreciate. So it's Douglas Tomsky, Tomsky, with a Y, not an I.
Oh, I thought it's...
I know, all these years you put an I there.
I did put
yes,
an I.
It's with a Y brings us to Russia, rather than with an I, which takes us to another part of Eastern Europe. But on both sides of the family, now on my father's side of the family, San Francisco, at least 3 generations before, and my mother was the first generation born in the States of young parents who immigrated from the Netherlands. So I have on one side a Dutch heritage, and on the other side, far removed Russian.
Wow.
I seem to have gotten a hearty mix of genes that has seen me through quite some challenges, both physically and emotionally.
I am Nirmal Arcot, and as you know, I'm Indian, not a Native American or American Indian. I'm from other part of the world.
Well, Nirmal, as different as we seem to be, night and day, actually, as I came to know you, I came to appreciate that we have more in common than one might have dreamed. By that I mean, you use the word passion, I can adopt that, but I've worn at least 4 different hats, beginning with, yes, the clocksmith, and at a very young age, your passions were diverse, and from what I recall, not at all mainstream as you were growing up. Did that cause difficulty for you culturally within your own family?
It's a deep question. It did.
It does not surprise me.
Definitely, as we speak about passion and dream, those are the 2 words I always strive for. That keeps me going. So the passion, we all sacrifice so many things in our life, right? One of the important thing, one of the most hurtful thing, which hurts me out of all the sacrifices I go through when I'm working towards my dream and passion, is like you mentioned, relationships. Like more time. Wish I had more time to spend time with friends and family.
Do you choose your dreams, your passions, as I did at a very young age?
Yeah, to answer your question, yes, it started very young age.
Yes.
Actually, it's an amazing story. Even now, when I think about how my passion started, it gives me a hope and smile on my face. It started when I'm 6 years old. When I'm like 6 years old, my father, he took me to a first movie theater. So that's my first movie experience, and the movie I watched in the big screen is The Independence Day. So Hollywood. As a 6 years old, I said to myself, I want to be part of this movie. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what is direction or what is camera, light, or anything. I know that all I know is like this is a movie and it's reality. It's happening somewhere, and someone taped it, and they're showing that on the screen. So I'll be part of this movie, and I'll go to Hollywood. That was my first dream, and I asked my father to buy me a VCD player. Back then we had VCD players. He got me a VCD player, and I saved money in my piggy bank, and I rent VCDs, and I started watching movies.
Those were VCRs.
Yeah, not VCR, after VCRs.
Oh, no, I'm really dating myself. We'd already moved to
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah, it took a while to buy a VCD because my father couldn't afford
Yes.
a VCD back then. After watching movies in theaters, I wanted a VCD badly so I can watch at home, rewatch them. Basically, I rewatch movies.
Yes.
One of my favorite movie when I was a kid was Jurassic Park. I watched that movie every single day when I wake up. Every single day. My mom was tired of me playing
Well,
that
little
movie.
wonder that you don't get up until noon, huh?
No, now
That's
I
a
do.
long movie. What did you take away from the repetition? You must have gotten something the sixth, the eighth time. What is it that pulled you in and held your interest? Was it the plot? Was it the actors?
Definitely
Was it-
not the plot,
Yes,
because I'm too young to understand what is a plot.
yes.
I would say actors. Actors are the ones who made me feel I am part of them or I am them. You know, when this might sound silly, but when I see a character, at that young age, when I see a character in the movie, I imagine myself as the character.
Uh-huh.
And
Was part of that a desire to escape the life you were leading, or no? I'm asking.
yes, it is. It is an escape. It's an escape because my life situations. So when I see superhero movies, any movies with a lead character and he's fighting, when he's fighting the bad,
Yes.
I want to do that too, because I got bullied when I was a kid.
And your dramatic relocation, leaving the country of your birth, your childhood, your adolescence, your young adulthood. How and why Chicago? Was there a plan?
God's plan.
Oh, really? I'm not laughing at God.
Even I'm not laughing that it's a God's plan. Maybe there's a God's plan, maybe not, but I believe I'm living my dream right now. All these years I was like, where is my life? What am I doing with my life? I am a multitasker, and I like to do multiple things, and I like to learn new skills and explore and travel. I feel like traveling is my main purpose, to explore around. Coming back to this God's plan, and this is again a silly story. I love movies, at the same time I love computers. When I was young, I didn't have a computer, and in India we have internet cafe. We give them a 10 rupees in Indian currency, and we can play a game for 1 hour. And I used to play this game called Midtown Madness. Midtown Madness.
Yes.
It's a racing game, a car game, but also the best part about this game is it's a free roam. You can roam around the city, and that's the first foreign location to me to see and explore, and that game is happening in Chicago. I mean,
Really?
geographically, this game is based on Chicago.
Oh,
And you know the funny thing, the best part in this game, I can pick my own car, and I drive around the bridges over the Chicago River.
yes.
They lift when the boats and ships pass, right? In this game, the bridge lifts up, and I drive with a crazy speed, and I jump from one bridge end to the another. I'm saying this because that's the fun thing to me.
Since we're time travelers, would you please place this in time? Are we around 2018, or where are we?
No, the game. This was
When you paid your 10 rupees and you...
this was around 2003.
Ah,
2003.
so you were barely a teenager.
I was a teenager. Yeah, I'm barely a teenager.
Yes. So when you drive for real through the streets of Chicago, which you do quite frequently, is it a deja vu?
It is.
Does your mind flash back?
It does. It does flash back.
I would say I should have allocated time differently. I should have been more attuned to relationships and less to business.
Wow.
I refer to myself as an outlier. An outlier.
Outlier. What do
That's
you mean?
not an outright liar. Let's clear the air here. And she hesitated for a moment and looked up at me and said, well, you're almost always late.
About procrastination, about being late. These are the things I'm dealing with too.